be sharing this video with you guys, but before I do, when I was growing up in high school, I was studying on the Holocaust because I was intrigued by it. I remember that Hitler, he convinced the German people that the Jews were criminal and there to take their jobs. So they started to report their neighbors and turn them in and turn a blind eye to what was happening to them. Similar to what's happening right now to the red nations, because they're gathering Jacob, the Native Americans and Hispanics, and no other group because this country has a whole it's a country of immigrants. It's a whole bunch of different nationalities here. They're coming in through the borders, but it's only our people, the red nations, that they're gathering, and I'm going to show you why. So anyway, so that's what they did, and they're doing it again. But the only thing that I find it very interesting, the ICE is not going after the Muslims because these people that run this whole entire system are Iranians, and they're the ones that are going on around making videos how they're gonna crash the government of America, take over, and make it a Muslim country. And not only in America, they open the borders to all the countries, and they're doing this throughout Europe, all over the place. They are taking over for the jihad. This is what's happening. So ICE is not bothering with them, with the Muslims, but they're only going after the red nations, and I'm going to show you why. So one of the reasons that they're crashing the economy is to make people desperate enough to turn in your neighbors for a reward. Remember, whoever blessed Joshua gets blessed, and the ones who curses Joshua gets cursed. Okay, there's going to be two numbers that I'm going to show you guys. I want you to take the time to look at the images. The first number you call to report are people. And in the Strong Concord, it says that is the grandson of Joshua. Well, who is Joshua? Well, we were strangers in a strange land. We came to Canaan. And over time, Joshua and the 12 tribes of Israel fought the Canaanites and took over the land of Canaan, which is America. And when the 400 years are up, we get our lands back was a promise he made to Abraham. So you see, these are descendants of Joshua and the 12 tribes that they're rounding up. So the second number you're going to see represents to kill. So this movement is to kill Israelites. One of the things that she says that I found very interesting, she said that the ICE agents came in and they said that they were looking for Israel. And I told you, the number that you called ISIS to report our people, the definition of it is Israelite. Because we are the red nations. We are the children of Yahuwah. In Dios means in God.
Acabo de llegar a mi casa y inmigración forcejeó las puertas, se llevó a mi hijo y a mi pareja y hicieron un desmadre, buscaban a una persona que se llamaba Israel y esto fue lo que ocasionaron. Se llevaron a mi hijo tiene un caso abierto con inmigración y pues aquí están las evidencias de cómo forcejearon para entrar y sacarlos y pues asustaron a mi hija y a su bebé y pues debemos de hacer justicia, no agarran a los delincuentes todos andan afuera haciendo de las suyas y agarran a gente
What does this James Comey 8647 mean? What does it mean? 8647, is it Trump? No, it's not Trump, people. It's the same thing I've been teaching you for months and months and months. 86 means to what? To 86 something, like 86 the chicken off the menu. And 47 means what? Well, 4 equals 24. 7 equals 20, 44. What do I keep telling you 44 means? 44 means to 86. 8647 means 8644, which just means to 86, man. I keep teaching you guys this.
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more rumors about this, basically, people that ICE has in custody, that they're loading them onto these planes, and then these are all cargo planes, where in the back's designed to open up to drop stuff out of it mid-flight. And which, honestly, just the fact that they're putting detainees on cargo flights is already pretty suspect, because that's not usually how you transport people. You wouldn't transport people in a cargo plane. It's just kind of doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, there's more reports of bodies washed up on beaches that are shackled and bound. And then on top of the absolute cruelty that the Trump regime is showing with this alligator Alcatraz and these people dying in ICE custody, and then reports of flights that are supposed to be dropping people off or showing up without people, like, it's looking more and more like Trump's already in the processes of going to the final solution level of ethnic cleansing that we've seen with authoritarian regimes time and time again. Except now they're trying to do it very quietly, be real sneaky about it. And the other thing I've been hearing is a lot of these flights that have detainees on them, they're vanishing off the radar and then popping back on. That's allegedly when they're doing their drop, where they're basically throwing innocent people to the ocean to drown and be eaten by sharks. Because that's the other thing. Usually when this happens, it's happening over parts of the ocean that are shark infested. So they're literally trying to commit genocide and trying to destroy all evidence of it, from the sounds of it.
ICE is now removing undocumented foster children from their foster homes. Removing foster children from their foster homes for deportation. Y'all, I've been working in the foster care system for 28 years. I'm a former foster mom, and I adopted 4 children from foster care and fostered many others. And I have represented hundreds of children who are in foster care. And one thing all of these children have in common is they have all been through trauma to one degree or another. We are taking children who have already been through trauma and removing them from foster homes for deportation. There will be a reckoning for this in this life or the next. For those of you who are supporting this, there will be a reckoning for this in this life or the next. And for those of you who are sitting silently by while these atrocities are unfolding before our eyes, there will be a reckoning. Go love your neighbor.
They don't know that. The gays are supporting Islam. They don't know what's going to happen to them. Once they go to the Jews, they're going to go to the Christians, then they're going to go to the gays. They don't know that.
Ramadan Mubarak. Patterson is proud to have the largest Muslim population in the state of New Jersey. And we are a better city because Muslims call Patterson home. And as you can see here in South Patterson on Palestine Way, we are proud to light the Hilal, something that has inspired other cities. As a matter of fact, Over 50 cities now in this state light the halal, and I'd like to think 60. I stand to be corrected. Over 60 other municipalities in the state of New Jersey light a fanus or halal, and I'd like to think that Patterson has inspired all of these cities and towns. Yalla, Zeku, come on.
This man just said America will be a Muslim country.
The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house, inshallah. But we have to be a part of that change. We have to be a part of that da'wah. We have to be a part of those ghuraba who stand firm on our aqeedah and our practice and our deen and never ever apologize.
Yeah, not happening, brother. We would love to see you try in your dreams. America belongs to Jesus.
You gotta watch this.
There's a report out a few days ago in New York City where Muslim patrols are going after people caught drinking or misbehaving on the streets. Are we looking at a threat to Western civilization here?
Absolutely. This is what Allah called them to do, and that is to take over all the lands of the infidel and turn.
You got.
We as Muslims want to implement here in the United States. We believe the Constitution should be replaced by the Quran.
First move that I will do, I will abolish the Constitution and I will establish the only logical and rational Constitution, which is the Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
When it comes to spreading Islam on a state level, on a societal level, that method prescribed is jihad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed that the ones who don't accept the ruling of Islam, they must be fought. This is simply the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Please, Marka, once we bury them, inshallah, then we'll go ahead and open for the sisters. Please go back, sisters. Please, inshallah. We're delaying the process. Sisters, please go back. Sisters, please go back, inshallah. Let your fathers bury your sisters before you, inshallah. You guys are going to go afterwards. Inshallah, please, inshallah.
I'm going to play something for you, and it's the perfect example of why we don't want to allow other religions to impose themselves here, because no matter how pretty they try to disguise it and how they try to word it, in the end they have one goal. And if you're not on their side, you're their enemy and you should be dealt with. But listen to them. This is them talking.
Today, we have 43 state delegates in the United States who are Muslim. If they want to run for Congress, we may end up with about 50 members of Congress in the next 6 years. That's really the essence of dismantling
the system of injustice.
Is to replace it with the people who represent the Prophet ﷺ.
Use the legal system, the law, in order to what? In order to change the law, in order to establish the deen of Allah Jalla.
Implement Sharia law through political power. Start at local government. They don't start at the top. They start at the local and work their way up.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to change and replace this system. Islam is jihad. Islam is a social system.
Islam is jihad. We must change. Listen, this is their words.
Islam is a political system. It has to aim at establishing a state.
under which the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be.
Today, we have.
Now you see why we must stop it. Because it's their way, or that's it. And if you're not with them, you're against them. And if you're against them, yeah, you know the rest.